People are talking about recent pictures that have been trending of V at his fashion show. We also have people talking about Jennie and V spending time having dinner together and what that rumor is about, as well as Jimin being taken off the charts and people upset about that. Today, Dumplings is Dave Disci. Let's get into it. Recently, the conversation of Jimin being on the chart has been a wide debate as to whether or not he can maintain the charts, as well as just overall if he can compete with the general pop landscape. Some people were talking about the fact that it only took about 5 weeks before his song or recent songs and albums were taken off the charts or dropped from #1. And I want to reiterate that 5 weeks is an incredible amount of time, especially in modern day pop, where almost every other day is another artist's big release and a whole other fandom trying to stream and push new music. We live in a day and age where once the album drops, maybe enjoy it for a week or so, and then people kind of move on. So for an album to maintain 5 weeks, that's really, really good. Now, this isn't fully what the debate I want to get into today, but more so the debate of when people make fun of Jimin or any of the BTS members' music and say that they fell off the charts, and what the general reaction is online to that. So this particular person who called Jimin a flop was allegedly a Zara Larsson fan page. People then decided to attack Zara Larsson because of this alleged fan page, and so there were a lot of comments of people saying that Zara is a flop and that she can't even stay on the charts and she's usually just someone who opens for other big acts and barely has her own. Now, besides attacking a celebrity, the last thing you want to do is berate or attack the artist that's in the profile picture. The people who are doing this are the people who are setting the celebrity that's in their profile picture up. So they might actually be Jimin fans, but they're trying to set up Zara Larsson for some reason because they don't like her, I don't know. And that's not to say that that's what's happening here, but I'm saying to be really weary of the game that's being played here. And when you attack another artist, what you're actually doing, you think you're eating. You think that you're doing a great job and have a great comeback, but this is exactly what they want you to do. And I really never understood this mentality to begin with, because Zara is over here doing her own thing, minding her own business, and not being involved in fan wars, not being a mean person, being a fine person. And now she has to deal with getting all this hate for no reason. And of course, she can't control the entire fandom based on what they say and do. If this is someone that is her fan, right, then what happens to the people who are attacking Zara, they're probably not even going to be listening to her music ever or stream her music in the future at all, even though Zara is not the problem in this case. So I've said this many times before, please, when someone attacks your lovely voice, do not start attacking the artist in the picture of the person who is attacking your voice. Many people combat with saying that Jimin has had a lot of songs that have gotten #1 and have stayed #1 and all that stuff. Well, if you know this and this is happening, and it's something that happens all the time, then there's no need to attack someone or even prove yourself right in this scenario. You just know the truth and you can move on and know the truth. And there's no point in arguing with people who just want attention. You think that you're winning by giving an insult to that artist in the profile picture, but what you're actually doing is giving them attention, which is what they want. Recently, there have been a lot of photos that have come out from V after he attended the Celine fashion show. He looked absolutely stunning, and he was wearing a beautiful outfit during this show. There was even a video of him coming out of the show, and he kind of had his hand on his mouth, presumably because he did not expect that many people to show up, or potentially reporters to be there. And it seemed like there was a lot. I mean, those flashes did not even stop for half a second. So that could have been one person, or that could have been 100,000 reporters, all taking pictures at once. Now, there were several reporters. There was a fan page called NUNA V. This is a controversial fan page and one that I've come to the aid many times before. Not that they need my aid, but there's this fan page, and I want to typically emphasize that they're not typically going to go anywhere that isn't public activity. So they're not going to be somewhere where V is just having dinner with his family. We've never seen videos and photos of that, like him with his mom, and then that being posted by NUNA V. When a lot of reporters and paparazzis are at a specific event, they're typically tipped off by the label of where V will be. Or if not the label, then the fashion show themselves. And a big potential reputable fan page will typically have access to all of the things that the BTS members are working with. So the moment they find out that V is part of Celine, might try to get on the Celine PR list. And yes, that means next time Celine hosts an event and the celebrities that are going to be there, the particular fan page will be notified of that. And so many people are saying that if you see the watermark of NUNA V on a photo that you should report it or something like that. You can definitely do that if you want to, but I think you're going to be surprised when it doesn't work. Things that people don't like to acknowledge is that a fan page can actually be an entire business. They can run their fan page like a business, as well as have photos and pictures that they can either post themselves or they can license it to news sites. This is how the page runs, and it allows the page to continue to make content and fly around and do things like this in order to serve their community that they want to serve. I should know as this page is predominantly a BTS page. A lot of the videos that I make on here were for the point of being able to maintain being a BTS fan. So having enough money where I can eat and survive so that I don't have to do other things that I could spend my time researching. A lot has changed since then, but if you do want to support my efforts, then make sure you check out Patreon. I'll leave a link at the top of the description. So naturally, I'm going to go on the side of these fan pages are perfectly fine to be a part of or watch. You should not be reporting or be angry at any fan page that happens to be at these events. Plus, as you can tell, they really have professional and nice cameras. So if this was a stalker or this was someone that wasn't supposed to be there, I doubt they would be allowed to bring such nice and big cameras to the event. I mean, they would be immediately found out. And yes, that goes for people who are at concerts that you see with really professional big cameras. They would not be able to make it through security if they were not allowed to be there taking pictures. And this is when I say that common sense beats the brute force of the community every single time. The community has reported so many different fan pages to the label many times over. And to the point where I'm sure the label, even for just one big fan page, has probably received hundreds of thousands of reports, again, just from that one page. And yet a lot of these big accounts are still active and are still being invited to these events because common sense, which the label has, is going to trump any of these reports being made. There was also a post that seemingly had gone viral and one that V posted, and many were not sure if this was something that happened in the fashion show or if this was something that happened afterwards, like an after party. The photo showed V at a table seemingly eating dinner, and it showed two people next to him. By the looks of it, it was two people with leather jackets, but some people noticed that there was someone on the left of V wearing a leather jacket that had a very familiar shape. There was a photo that I don't know when it was posted or if it was posted recently because I couldn't find it on Jennie's official Instagram page in any of the recent posts. But it was a photo that showed Jennie wearing a leather jacket that seemed to be very similar to the one that was next to V in this after party thing. Although we can't exactly tell what the jacket looks like or what the person next to V looks like, people have still made speculations that it likely was Jennie and her jacket, and that likely means that V was next to her. Now, if this was an after party or an event or dinner that happened after the fashion show or Celine event, then that definitely makes sense. I don't know if Jennie was actually at Celine, but let's talk about the situation. Now, the two likely know each other or know of each other, and we can probably say that that's probably true, like they're within the same label. They're probably really popular, they both know each other, let's say after both of their events, and both of them had their events ended around the same time, they both got to eat dinner somewhere and ended up being seen eating at the same hotel restaurant. Let's just say that. If both of them saw each other at that hotel restaurant, why would they not just say, hey, let's just sit together? That doesn't mean that they're romantically together. That just means that they would be friends. And so that's also a possibility of something that could happen. We are also seeing that this looks like a big table. So it looks like there's quite a few people sitting next to each other. So there's probably a few people that are in front of V, and there's probably a few people that are right next to him, like left and the right side, and it can extend to so many different people. That would imply that there's some sort of event or after party that this was happening, and maybe there was assigned seats. And clearly they're not on a date, because if you think that Jennie is on the left side, then why are there people on the right side? So as we can see, there is someone on the right side. So we never know what these things are or what these assumptions could mean, and they're always wild because we don't even know what the jacket actually looks like, and if it's the same one that Jennie was ever seen wearing. And if it was, we still don't know. If it was borrowed, we still don't know. If it's just a popular shape that gets sold a lot and she and other people have it, we don't know that either. So based on just this photo alone, I don't know if we can make any judgment that they're together or that they're sitting at a restaurant. But they're getting a lot of backlash right now, and I think that that's a little bit unfair. Again, since we don't actually know anything. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you check out Patreon. I'll leave a link at the top of the description. Thank you so much for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.